Well, 10.5 years on estrogen today. That's not too bad. That's pretty good. My transition is still very much looking a lot. I'm still waiting on word from the GIC in regards of any additional transition related help, mostly in the likes of medical surgery and such. Still waiting on word because we don't really have much in the way of trans healthcare. Yeah, unfortunately. Would be nice. And hopefully that will improve over time. So not really much else to say in regards on my transition. Like 15 years in transition over 10.5 years on estrogen is pretty good. So I suppose something I have to talk about, which I'm not happy about to talk about, but it does need to be. As you can see, I have a big scar on my forehead. So I'll best explain what happened. Over a year ago, I met two people who I thought were friends. And it seemed like they were. But the counselling, which I've been attending since the 29th of April, has helped me to understand something that I didn't want to have to accept. But now I have. That they were emotionally and financially abusing and manipulating me from the very beginning. From calling me transparent within moments of meeting me, which is seen as a manipulation method to look for something to exploit in someone. And they saw it. I helped them. Well, I bought the HRT for one of them. It wouldn't be the first time. And not long after what would end up being a one-sided friendship developed, the one I bought the HRT for forced an ultimatum on me, saying, if you call CPS on us, we will never forgive you nor be friends. This prompted me to investigate, because an ultimatum like that is a red flag. That is manipulation. That is an aim to control essentially a friendship to your liking through threat. So I used the ultimatum against them in order to investigate. I didn't like what I found out. So I have since called social services and child protection on them. It had to be done. It's a civic duty of everyone to report such concerns. So I've done that, and they've since they see me as evil for doing it. There's nothing evil about doing a civic duty, especially when the child's safety has to be considered. So I've done that. It wasn't something I wanted to do. I shouldn't have had to do it. It had to be done, though, as they both have considerable issues, which are worrying. So it had to be reported, and that has been done. I do hope they're finally getting help. Help the little one safe. I came to adore that little one. Very willful, very silly, playful. She's adorable. I do miss her. They expected me to put my morality and my values that my mum had instilled in me to the side for them because of my loneliness. Since they used my loneliness and my kindness against me. As I've been helped to understand. Definitely wasn't nice. It wasn't particularly pleasant finding out what was going on. It had to be done though. So, to continue, I began helping them financially quite a bit, due to their financial situation. They weren't really living on much. And with winter coming on the way last year, I urged them to reach out for help, and I was answered with met with excuses. The same excuses each time. I generally suggested that, I urged them to get financial aid and professional mental health support. Constant excuses. Now, generally I don't mind helping, but only for a short amount of time, not the amount of time I helped them out. Over 50 different times I helped them out financially. And that was just with my debit account, my account. And it continued to mount up. Now, I don't really care too much about the money, but at this point now I am needing to get the money back. Because they ended up racking up a sizable debt, grand total of over 2,000 quid. So I'll give me a chance to keep explaining here, because it is a lot. I didn't want them doing a lot of heating. Well, after all, those of you who have been watching my videos and that for years know that in my old place I was freezing. I had no heating for so long. I was so cold. So like only better part of 20 years without heating can really do a number on you. And I didn't want them going without heating, especially with having a child. She's a toddler. Well, they were saying, well, we'll be fine, we'll wrap up warmer and that. It doesn't make a difference. You can wrap up as warm as you want. The cold will get to you bit by bit by bit over a prolonged period of time. As I found out, and possibly developing arthritis in my hands and my feet as a result. And possibly my legs as well, which isn't great. I'm really hoping I'm not, because my mum had arthritis in her legs. And she was in so much pain. And I am in a lot of pain. I have been noticing an increasing pain in my legs. Well, they did finally insist on repaying, and they never paid a penny back. Which has me feeling kind of used. I felt really like, okay, you said you were going to, why didn't you? I know they have a limited finances and that, but if you're going to insist and then essentially promise to pay back, then honour it. But yeah, I am kind and generous, but I don't like being taken advantage of. I really don't like that. Especially as I had got them birthday Christmas presents, I didn't get anything back in reciprocation, aside from a slice of gluten-free Tesco's finest Victoria sponge from a day after my birthday. I didn't get to take a slice home. I fed carrot cake myself. But I didn't receive a gift. The only thing I generally received as a gift was a bracelet which broke, and they never got the bed, unfortunately. But as the months passed, I felt increasingly used, like I was being taken advantage of, and it turned out I was. When I felt ill for 3 months, they were asking for money. when they fell ill, I helped them out. I didn't want anything back. I fall ill and they want, instead of helping me out. So yeah, I mean, it wasn't like, it didn't like I didn't expect anything anyway. Anyways, to continue. In late May of this year, on the 28th of May, one of them had a rather strong emotional outburst. I was really tired from a counselling session the afternoon prior. And the person who is on HRT had an anxiety attack the night before, so the person had been trying to calm them down. Fine. So they were talking about withdrawal and they only got like an hour's sleep. Next morning, it seemed like they were all free. Like, really wanted somebody to be attentive to them. I tried, but I was so tired. I really needed some sleep. And they didn't like my responses. I mean, I was so tired I could barely think. All I wanted was just to sleep and take time to process following the counselling session. And they wouldn't let me do that. So they reacted badly and took all their emotional issues out on me. When they did, it caused me this sudden mass distress. I feel like I've been building up for a while, especially since the emotional outbursts began showing. When the outbursts began showing, I started feeling quite angry, like really angry at them. I thought I was angry at someone else, but it wasn't. It was them I was getting angry at. I was getting really fed up. I was getting fed up with all the excuses and the lies and that. I was getting really annoyed. I guess subconsciously I knew I was being abused and manipulated. And I was getting increasingly angry, increasingly fed up. I was very emotionally and empathically exhausted. I just stuck. I still did my best to try and help, but many times I just wanted to say, no, I'm done here. Just get help. Because I can't keep helping you. Well, the distress ended up resulting in my becoming very, going in a very dark place. I was lost in my distress. I was so fed up. I wanted to get away from them, from everyone, from everything. So I made attempts. Each one failed. And then the last one, I jumped off a cliff. Fell 30 feet. Somehow my body is going to be angled. Yes, that angle must have been what kept me alive. And I landed on my back. Mostly, well, my left arm took quite the impact. So it was like one big bruise afterwards. And my forehead got ripped open. 10 centimetre full thickness laceration on the midline forehead. I could see right through to my skull. It was literally ripped open. Part of it was dangling in front of my eyes. Blood was streaming down my face. I had multiple abrasions. My leg very banged up. It's still quite red, especially on the knee. I got so many cuts. My left cheek got cut and it has a wee mark in it now and goes quite red when I'm tired. My left eye was taking a hit and goes quite dark as a result of the head injury. My nose was bleeding as well, but it wasn't anything severe. When I sat there on those rocks, the only thought going through my mind was the name of the person who had caused the distress. And my heart broke completely. My heart had already broken when my mum died. But this time it shattered. That was it. I was done. I was done. I sat down those rocks, blood streaming down my face, onto the rocks, onto my clothing. The police arrived first and did their best to patch me up. Fire brigade, paramedics, Coast Guard. Coast Guard got help in getting me onto the stretcher and onto their boat, and they took me to the harbour. Transferred to an ambulance and took me to the local hospital. And I was transferred to another ambulance and taken through to the hospital in the local city. I got several scans to determine the damage. I have possible skull damage, I'm not quite sure. And the next afternoon, I had to get 22 stitches because it was quite the gash. I'm not sure if you can fully see it. It was all the way. My brother tried to get those two to come see me in hospital, apologise, resolve things, and they didn't. They clearly never cared about me. I was just an ATM with hits to them. They never cared about me. The one person who did come to see me, as long as it didn't turn their back on me, I sided with them. They were actually one of the ones who accused me of buying that friendship, which I don't do. That would be an immoral thing to do. And if I bought friendship, I would be surrounded by fake friends. I don't have anyone. I have been dealing with this recovery generally alone. I have had minimal to no social interaction. And also accused me of entrapping people with money. I don't do that. I tried to help them, and they leached off me for months. I have been in recovery now for coming on 5 months. From what I understand, this recovery could take upwards of a year, maybe longer. The emotional part of it could take even longer. I have additional trauma and additional PTSD from what happened. Counselling has helped me come to terms with what they've done, emotional and financial abuse and manipulation. And I kept trying to press the issue about the money they owe me, and eventually I finally got a response. And they threatened me and invoked my mum against me, which is a very manipulative thing to do, aimed at trying to control a person through emotional vulnerabilities related to grief. That was very manipulative of them. I reported the threat and look at my mum and that to the police. I told them about the third party that they've gotten involved, one of them being the person who mentally abused me almost 3 years ago. So that has been reported, as well as 2 former friends. So yeah, I told the police everything about the group, about where it's held, about what the place is, and that the owner there does not want the police ever going there. I have done what I had to do, as well as doing my civic duty. Because I was brought up with values and morality. Respect the law within reason. Know your civic duty and when to do it. Speak up for the innocent. Speak up for those who have no voice. Always be honest. Speak your values. Speak your morality. And something I learned from Star Trek, which I'm surprised the person who forced the ultimatum on me, who's I've forgotten, is the first duty. The first duty is a guiding principle in Star Trek. The truth. Oh, I will try to recite it. Basically, you got to speak the truth. You must speak the truth no matter how much it hurts, and that's what I do. I hold to that value. I hold to that ideal. I speak the truth, even if it hurts. So I have done that I've spoken the truth. I've upheld to the morals and values I was taught. When that ultimatum was placed on me, they wanted me to put. They were clearly trying to hide what they were doing. I wanted me to place my morality and values to the side because of my loneliness. Here's the thing, and I hold to this. I will not endanger the life of an innocent. No matter how lonely I am, no matter how desperate I am for friendship, for have someone, for companionship. If I feel that a child is at risk, I feel that an innocent is in danger, I will gather the evidence, and I will report my findings to social services and CPS to ensure that child's safety and well-being. I will sacrifice any friendship, any connections, to protect the innocent. That is what I was taught, and I will hold to it, no matter what. Even if it means I will end up alone for the rest of my life, I will do what I must, because that is my moral obligation. That is my first duty. I may never get to see that little one again. I hope she'll be safe. I'm not happy that they've turned to that person for support, and I would not trust that person around that child, ever. Especially all the things I've been told about them. Yeah. So, I've done what I had to do, and I hope that they will get the help they need and their child will be safe. I may end up being alone for the rest of my life. Because I don't have that many people that I know. There are a few of Four Pillars who I know and I like being around. I don't get to see them very often. I have been largely stuck here at home for the past 2 weeks because the headache from my injuries has been so persistent that the painkillers are not really making much of an impact. I've been so tired. Whenever I go out, I get really bad. I really want to go out. I want to go to Four Pillars. I want to go and have a cup of the delicious hot chocolate that they serve. I do mean delicious. It is so creamy and so full of flavour. It's delicious. I would love to go get a cup of that. I do hope I can manage to go through soon. And only time I've been out, largely out beyond the block, has been for a counselling session. Because my counselling sessions have been moved to Mondays now. So I've been getting that done. First it was Monday, then Tuesday, now back to Mondays. I'm doing my best there. It's been very hard to get out much. But yesterday, the headache got really bad. And then when I went out again early in the week, I was so shattered. This is going to take a long time. I am going to be in pain for a while. I've noticed I have an increased photosensitivity. So when I'm out in the daylight, the sun's really bright, even when the sun's behind the clouds, my left eye aches and it can get quite bad. I don't even feel it because I want to go out. I'm aching to go out to Four Pillars. I'm also going to go see Transformers 1 in the cinema. I haven't been to the cinema in about 20 years. I really want to go see this movie. It really sounds really good. Once you look past those terrible trailers, from what I've been hearing, the movie is excellent. And I really want to go see it. Hope I get the chance. So yeah. Big old scar. Betrayed, manipulated, abused. Again. The last message I sent to them was over a month ago. Debt reminder, reminding them of the money they owe me. Essentially, they owe me 1,230 of the essential debt, 280 from the medications that were bought, and about 400, 500 in gift cards, roundabouts. So they owe me a considerable debt of money, and I've only received £26.73. I haven't received another payment in 2 months. Over 2 months now. I am looking to legal options and seeing what I can do if I have to. No choice. I'm really not happy about the way I've been treated and about how much was essentially swindled from me. I'm really not happy about it. And these injuries and that, the refusal to take responsibility for the bad choices and the bad and harmful actions. They try to pin the blame on me, saying, oh, you got our child involved in the middle of this. No, you got your child involved in the middle of it before I even met you. These issues of yours have been ongoing since well long before I met you. They've just been getting worse. And you're going to get me involved in something I really shouldn't have been getting involved in. I should not have gotten involved in at all. So now I'm the one who's been injured. I'm the injured party in all this. I'm the one who's in recovery. I'm the one with the additional trauma and PTSD. I'm the one with the bleeding headaches and the dizziness. I'm the one who had to get 22 stitches. I don't know, I got screwed over. They're trying to control the narrative. I'm just telling the truth. I don't know how to tell the truth, even if it hurts. I was warned a few times by others, before person, that they're manipulating you. They're taking too much from you. So yeah. Others were warning me. This loneliness of mine is so bad. Yeah. So I'm hoping to get help. And I'm hoping it will pay me back, because it's a lot of money. I can't let it slide, to be honest. The amount of harm that's been caused is considerable. I'm not happy that this happened. Not really something I should even have to talk about. But it's better for the truth to come out. This has just been bad. I've had some rough days. Well, anyway. Not much else to say. I've been wanting to play the Yakuza Like a Dragon series recently. But it's been hard to with what's happened. I miss talking about the series with them, but with what's happened, I haven't had anything to talk about. I had joined a group on Facebook. I was introduced to by one of them, so I joined them. And their advice has just been, take your time. There's no rush. If you need to take a break, just come back to it when you're ready. Yeah. I've been I watched all of them, Avatar: The Last Airbender and The Legend of Korra. I loved it. So good. Toph is great. Great character. Really hilarious. Especially with some of the remarks. Can you see it? No, I can't see it. Because she's blind. Tell me what it looks like. How does it look? I don't know. I can't tell. I can't see. Very blunt. I find that quite funny. I've also been watching, I watched the Quantum Leap kind of sequel, late reboot. Shame the second season isn't out in the UK. The first season's not bad. It was actually quite good. I watched a bunch of Marvel movies. I caught up in them at last. Watched all of Batman animated and the Cape Crusader. I really like the Cape Crusader. It's really good. I've started watching a Battlestar Galactica. This is really good so far. I've watched all of Caprica, Blood and Chrome, and the miniseries so far. I really enjoyed Caprica. That was really quite thought-provoking. Battlestar Galactica so far looks like I'm going to be enjoying this one. And what else? Watched the more recent Ghostbusters movie. It was okay. Completed some games as best as able given my injuries. Like I completed Robocop Rogue City 100%. That was good. I am wanting to lose in with the Yakuza Like a Dragon series, as I've said. I really hope I can. And I've completed like small games. I also completed Dungeons of Hinterberg recently. It's so good. It's really, really good. I recommend it. It's really good. Quite enjoyed that one. Sad when I finished. I played it very, very slowly, in bits and pieces. And the collection has, of course, been growing. The most recent edition was Studio Series 86 Optimus Prime. I can get him. Give me a moment. Oh. Cost a fair bit. And unfortunately, it got the heel defect, so I'm hoping to get this repaired. I hope. I shouldn't have to. It will get done. Very nice figure. I also got Transformers 1 figure as well. A Japanese only. Not bad. Pretty cool. I really like them. Like since I'm not exactly helping others, because I don't really feel it in me. I don't have the energy to help other people at this time. Then I've been essentially just focusing more on myself. Most of my energy has gone towards my recovery. The couple of people I have helped financially, and one of them has paid me back completely, which is great. The other one, they'll pay me back when they can. I'm hoping they will soon. Other than that, I don't really want to be helping people. I don't feel it in me, and after what those two have done and what happened there, I don't have enough energy to give to people. I'm emotionally and empathically exhausted. And it could be a while before I feel up to really helping people again. Letting people in is hard for me. And I allowed those two in. And, well, I don't think I'm going to let people in again. Gives me of seeing everyone as the enemy, given their behaviour. Is it any wonder? So, yeah. So anyways, that is essentially that. 10.5 years on HRT. Things have been rough going the past 6 months. Which hasn't been ideal. I'm in for a long recovery. I'm not looking forward to winter. It's going to be difficult for me to get out much. I will be doing what I can when I can. I've been getting some help with things, mostly to try and help take the edge off us all of this. So I'm looking into that, and the counselling is still going, and also I get referred to a psychologist to help with the childhood trauma. So yay, though that could take a while. Counselling has been a massive help now, and has helped me understand what those two have done and the impact of it, and that my calling social services and CPS on them was the best thing to do. It was the last act of help. They might resist it. They probably will. They'll probably fight it just as they did in Bucky. This time though, I hope social service and CPS will be persistent with them and will do what they need to do. It's out of my hands now. I can't do anything more. I'm done. I'm done with them. I am being left to the impact of their actions and their behaviour. So I have to recover. So anyway, 10.5 years. A lot has happened. So, yeah. So this is Lena Watt signing off for another 6 months. All done.